This is Dakota News Now, your first alert station.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Allen.
I'm Andrea Anderson. For many kids in the region, the basketball season is officially underway.
But for some, the opportunity to play has been taken away from them. Parker Brown in studio with our 10 o'clock top story tonight. Hello, Parker.
Hey, Brian and Andrea. One of the biggest organizations for youth sports in the region is Big Sioux. This basketball season, they face complications with putting together teams, but it has left some parents scratching their heads.
I think youth sports are important for just life. Just keep active.
Shannon Roush and her family moved to Del Rapids in August. Her two children were very involved in sports, and upon coming to South Dakota, they looked for ways to get involved.
Our daughter's in volleyball. She just tried volleyball for the first time this year, and she's played basketball.
The volleyball season through Big Sioux went smoothly, so they looked at their basketball league.
Everything seemed fine. We registered our daughter.
Fine until they got an email on November 2nd. In the email, the Big Sioux said, "We received player registrations from a record number of schools and towns this year, which increased the complexity of roster construction. Unfortunately, you are receiving this message because we do not have a team available for your player that would provide a positive experience with other players from your local school or town." Parents like Roush have been scrambling to find something for their kids. The YMCA League had already started their season by then.
We're willing to have our daughter play up on an older team, a fifth grade team, if that would be an opportunity, or drive to a neighboring town, even if Del Rapids didn't have a team. At least give us the opportunity to weigh those options ourselves.
Many sent emails to Big Sioux, but few have gotten a response, leaving them to wonder why their child can't play. The email didn't state the problem, but only the cause of the problem.
Without any answers, your brain just kind of goes wild thinking about what the answers are, what the reasons are. I've kind of held back from people that I've talked to about it because I don't want to start or spread rumors.
Roush says that after nearly 2 weeks, she still has not gotten a refund. To make matters worse, after the initial registration deadline, Big Sioux sent emails about opening late registration. Knowing what they know now, many parents say that Big Sioux dropped the ball on this.
If you already knew you had too many registrants, why open up to a late registrant opportunity?
Now, kids from multiple cities and multiple age groups have been affected by the cuts. Roush also said that she has heard from other parents who got charged more than the advertised fee, even though they were not a late registrant. I did reach out to Big Sioux, but at this time have not heard back. Brian and Andrea.